Me carga porque siempre me interfieren, caleta. Todos sabemos que las cosas no están bien en el planeta. Volvamos a la historia de Carl Jung, de veras, de Estocolmo, y todo su... And everything that's been happening here for a time, the children just, are sleeping, and that this is a new syndrome, and refugee kids, because the density in this place is horrible. There is like this syndrome on the people that they are really something special. Like I'm a tarotist and never a terrorist. I don't know if they could really maybe didn't read right about or what happened, or it's because of my abilities. I'm also very tired of this monarchy, because they are the ones that contracted the universities, and they are the ones that are contracting this psychiatrists, and they are really creating all of this. Who are you to really put a label on a person? Because I find that really they look even weird. Like these people. I saw this Vice video about a really tall guy that lived in a van. Like the psychologist or the psychiatrist is like, people, why not me? Why not me? Those people are really scary, and I can imagine, like, if you want to go into another person's brain and really like check how it's going on, and you do a lot of illegal stuff, especially here in Sweden. Like already 6 years ago, this came out on the internet by a girl. I don't remember her name, but I have everything of this information. The same thing that I've been dealing with. I already, I was able to predict that Yellow Wolf was going to go down, and it happened the next day. I also been able to predict other things, and I speak 3 languages, and I'm dealing with that person. I'm dealing with the Prince of Swords, Lagarto, Reptiliano. This thing is not the hanged man like that. It's Odin, that is a cheater that got into the game, and he had to give an eye to be able to stay here. Okay. The hermit is not Virgo. If you check it, it's called Jungfru in Swedish, and that has to do with Carl Jung. That and he changed a lot of things. Don't forget that these people were actually before that. They are really older, and these people did burn witches, and these people have a lot of neurochirurgia, and they have a lot of work with Italy about with pharmaceuticals. Don't forget that Europe is the one owning Bayer, that is ready to put Monsanto on Venezuela. Don't you forget that it's England that has a hold on the United States. And that they've been stealing from us, from America and from everything else after they, just destroyed India and Africa. Now they're coming to us, and the hardest stone in the world is a diamond from my black brothers, and they are black simply because they received more sun. So there is no problem here. And don't forget that Obama wasn't our first black president, that it was Martin Luther King, which was a doctor, and he was ready to really take away racism already year 66. I also want to really put forward that Chile is really known for having a lot of poets like Victor Jara. My name is Jara, my first last name, and then I'm obligado on that. So I have to do it obligated, or else Neptune's gonna come and take over or something. But I am not. You're not gonna like what's coming, okay? It's the era of the chip. It's the era of the. This dude is definitely not as human, and it's a lack of emotion that it's going to get you down. That's why I really am thankful for Kanye West, that really came out and did that in the concert. That said, emotion really matters right now. And this is something that will really bother this. It's the futility that I actually put it now. I put it like on like half egg and the eye, because it's seen, it's time to recognize. I can understand that I've been trying to leave this place for such a long time and nobody has helped me. Like my embassy never helped me. I've been trying to contact a lot of people and my mail doesn't get through. My last boyfriend managed to give me some money. I am a successful person, and I am very smart and I have a lot of things to say. I never been a criminal. I never been anything. but I am just so shocked by the fact that I am going to have to deal with this Stockholm syndrome that I didn't even create. This is from the time of Jung, because he used to say that your own darkness helps you to see the darkness in others. And I think that is a very, very weird kind of thinking that, they were really rich and they had a lot of power and slavery. And I bet that they didn't learn they started, of course, on vegetables, I hope, but there is a lot of dark magic going on, or had been going on in Europe. And let's go back to Aleister Crowley. That is one of my premium mentors, and because he used the word exactly as the poets did in Chile, Violeta Parra, we had Gabriela Mistral, we have Pablo Neruda. They say he was killed, poisoned. Gabriela Mistral came back dead, okay? Evita Perone, she was lobotomized and she had a cervical cancer. Allende, our president, in the year 73, when they just swept in and took all the copper from us, which is actually the cable that really gives electricity in the world. And this happened under a period of our chaos, because Allende was not a bad president. Allende was just exactly what we needed and was going to make us a very powerful country and secure, and don't believe that it's the United States, because they want you to think that it is the United States, because they will never ever be able to say that this is the bad person. But this is Odin, okay, that god, and it's always this old fella. You will find him in other. It's like this old fella. He's coming here in the Lovers as well. He hides himself. Even in Saint Seiya, I've been finding that they had the sun armadors of cobre. Because they were orange. They don't know what material it was, because they had gold, they had bronze. Like the Phoenix is a bronze because it's hidden. He's not supposed to be shown, or else he will be killed, or maybe found, or I don't know. He's a very special bird. And again, these books, they used to say that, they used to hold the Phoenix in a little cage. And I came here with my mother the year 2000, when the planets aligned. And I've been living in the same apartment, and I've been discovering just things like I have an underfloor under my floor. I am also under MK experiments. I also have something in my uterus that nobody knows what it is. And this is very, I am completely overwhelmed. I've been dealing with this for way too long time. I went to Chile. They've been locking me in this crazy house, or they try to say that I have a psychosis, because that's what they do, They don't let you leave, and they have this law called LPT that just takes you under and gives you diagnosis. And I've been really fighting to stay off whatever meds they want to give me, because I've heard unbelievable stories people that get, they once left me for 3 days. I don't know what happens there. My mother can't be near me, it's like they have completely power over you and they can do whatever with you. I don't want to be part of this. I don't want to continue living in this place. Also having the graffiti is not allowed. The people are really lonely, and I do find that it's full of density, that it's really somebody should take it over, because they are not sane in themselves, and they've been doing this for so long that they don't see it anymore, and they're taking in refugees, and we have little kids that are sleeping already, and in some kind of way they feed of this hatred. Maybe not everybody, but it's like this. It's a Hitlerist. It's everything that a cheater can be. It's the energy that moves here around, and then they pretend that they are like the shit, because the recycle thingy is a scheme. It's a scam. It's fake. They don't do that. It's a lot of things that are really weird about them, and I am really starting to wonder, so how is it going with Europe? Is the complete Europe fake and eating on everybody else? Because if you must have one first world, then it must be third and fourth and la. And there is something going on with the children. There is a lot of, I think they're trying to make me infertile, because I am a very good seed. And I know that they already succeed with one. Actually, the girl that gave me my first tarot, She is 12 years older than me, you know. It's a Sagittarius in the same, exactly same circle, but 12 years from 75. And I love her a lot, you know, and I'm thankful that she met me, because or else I wouldn't know how to react. But I cannot believe that me, you know, the victim in the situation, is going to be the one that's going to be able. So I'm going to have to handle this situation, you know. I am not a fan. I am not NATO or I am not even a politician. I'm a victim. I need help, you know. I've been asking for asylum, and I haven't been able to leave because the police comes and, you know, says that they're gonna take me out by force otherwise. I haven't been able to, you know, send my documents. They want me to do it online. You know, I haven't been able to even contact an ambassador. My embassy is not working, you know, and they just, I don't understand what's wrong with you, but like, don't you believe that I can find out if you know about it? And then you're gonna go in for a lot, because I'm not the only one that has this thing. I have another person that her name is Gyurka, and she is suffering from the same thing as me. You know, she has this pain inside her. She's also a Sagittarius, so, you know, don't believe. Virgo, it's called Jungfru in Swedish. You know, is this a Viking? Like, really? Could it be that in some kind of way these people learn to just... It's a different language, also, like spoken by only 5 million people. So they have another vibration, and they have sounds like which are, for me, a very sick vibration, especially if you feel your language be full of corruption and it's spoken in such a little group. So that's why I really love to speak English here, and it's the only way that I can work. And then, you know, they say that I have a psychosis because I want to speak English and not Swedish. And isn't it weird? Because I've been really trying to get them off me for a long time. I even went back to Chile in 2018. And when I was checking myself out with the doctor, and I was checking myself, and my father was checking, and, you know, everything was going on, they called me back and said that I was going to lose everything if I didn't come back. And I came back, and my mother promised me that she was going to help me. And of course, you know, like, come on, let's do that. We had some problems the year before when I was trying to leave, because somebody stole my passport. I lost 2 planes out of here. And also I got locked in 3 times in that horrible place where nobody knows what happens, but everybody knows that it's some illegal activity, you know. And the police come and break down your lock in your house by force, you know, and then take you in. And this is the way it works. And people disappear, and you don't ever know this, because the whole corruption is owned by the media and stuff, you know. In Mexico already this year, 500 journalists died because you were not even taking criminals anymore, you know. We're taking journalists and taking people like me. I'm like, I'm not a criminal, I'm a tarotist. They're like terrorists. And, you know, they're already way out too far. In Sweden, like, they killed a Down syndrome kid because he was holding a gun of plastic. They put 24 shots in him. And they also killed somebody's pit bulls in somebody's dogs in a rave, you know. They were like kids and everything. They were having like a very lovely rave that people used, you know, these people go and pick up the trash from the grass and hug trees. Okay, they're the hippie of the Europe. And the thing is that, you know, the cops just come there and the people were just running and they just shot them. 29 shots on both dogs in front of the kids and everything. They kicked me down once just because my dog ran away for 5 minutes. So don't ever believe that this is like the shit, because I think that this is the worst shit. This is the 4th world. You know, like the wheel already spinned, and they are really, I think they have Stockholm syndrome, you know, and they just, you try to confront them, and they just like, la 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 la. And I'm like, what? You know, it's like over communication. They really make you work hard for, you know, and then they're like, okay, but I think you have a psychosis. I would like to treat you, you know, and they are very interested about me because I do have some abilities that are very, very necessary for the world, for the own country, you know, also, you know, to develop, because there are more people like me. But this is the first construction of the Black Mirror, okay? And this is moving into my country now, and I'm worried. Okay, so I will advise, like, all the world leaders, especially Trump, Piñera, and Vladimir, isn't it time to work together and get out of here? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna pay the energy? Don't you think, what the fuck do you think, we're stupid? I'm tired of the ways that you are controlling, the people, because people that come from the refugee states, that just been fighting and losing everything, they come to Sweden, and Sweden gets money for this. Just to be what? Like, they steal their kids? I don't know where they are, like, Jesus. And they definitely are not giving the healing. And let's not forget that these people used a lot of dark magic to get the thing going, because you need to shock the earth. Okay, or this is what they learned, so they started doing this thing, but okay, a baby, and I just split it in half, I don't think it was like more papalegba, because that was the slave magic, right, that worked voodoo, because French took the slaves first, and then they gave them to America and to England, and then they heard do, so I heard that's why it's like voodoo, because they had nothing to play with. And if, alchemy moves for the slaves, it's because of a reason. And if you have to kill 30 babies to get something going, well, Dominus Optimus Maximus, I just took that away for a long time ago. I'm Dominus Optimus Maximus Obligatoris Totalitarist. And there is nothing more in the game. You must, don't forget that the sun is coming out when I speak, and these people really drink in the summer and celebrate this when the sun is at highest. This winter, there was no snow almost, because I was stuck here, okay? And I'm not going to give Monsanto in Venezuela so you can produce people for lamps and steal energy. Isn't it weird that Europe is actually not looking for the gasoline? In what way are they gonna do this? Like Electrolux behind this hospital. And I think that they really think, they just don't see it, or they're gonna try to put me to jail, or shh, all that shh. Come on, you got movies outside showing the world like how you hate women. Here the women get raped, like the girls are full of Botox, like, and the cops are really violent. Like the chefs that I used to work with, they really treat them like shit, and this is what I say. This Crucify and the St. Peter version, I think this is Scandinavia. I don't know if England has something to do with it, because we want to end the monarchy that just really refuses to let go of power, and don't believe that it's already working here with the president, because it's not. It's the same thing, and I'm not even sure it's human. Okay, and are you gonna grow up, because I had a lot of conversations with people, and like, what do you know it's really like with today's expansion of confusion. And don't forget that they keep changing the books, like every time you, like, I go and pick a book, and the last it's a book from, it's supposed to be very old, and I get the version 2010, because they keep changing the information. And I asked the librarian, she's like, it's the language. No, come on, do you want to be that fool? Then I think we need to really separate, because I think that a knowledge that is less than me, of course, will never want to learn more. It's I need a smarter class. I speak 3 languages. I'm very developed. I am very curious, and I am a very creative person. I started with the cards when I got sick of my arm, and there's a lot of darkness here. And I'm really just, I'm tired of these people pretending that nothing is happening. Like, they took away my dog, and then, my neighbor comes like, so where's their dog? And they have this energy that I really think is unhealthy for kids, and for me definitely. Like, they don't have any piece of art, and I don't want to be here anymore. I've been trying to leave this place for way too long. I ask a lot of help. I ask asylum, and I started to call the embassy 2017. They never helped me. Now I have debts, like, I need to leave my apartment. Now they're calling me in because they say that I'm a criminal. They don't even say what crime I have done. And I am really not a criminal. Like, you can't compare me to me for cops that kill Down syndrome kids, or even hit me because my dog runs away, or shoot pit bulls, or, it's okay with raping girls and they don't give in any punishment for the boy. It's unbelievable. Like, in Mexico, you can get like 9 years for a rape. Here, you get 2.5 for a gangbang. I don't feel safe. I don't want to live here anymore. I don't want to speak Swedish anymore. I don't want to do anything with them. And I told this to my father. The weirdest is that my father, I told this to my father because my mother was supposed to help me out. Like, she promised me that she will help me out, and she always kicked me out of the house. Like, I don't know. She has a very weird relationship with me. I am not sure if she even worked the sect or whatever this is. I don't know how involved she is, and this is also very, very, very emotional for me, because of course it's my mother, and you don't want to feel that your mother sold you to a sect, and then just loves to watch you feel pain. But my mother is really weird. Like, she never helped me to get away from here in 2017, and she really, like, I could be on the floor crying, like, I want to leave this place, I want to leave, I hate it, please just get me away. After being kicked by the law, after being locked in this place, where it's horrible, they take off your clothes and stuff, and you see people that are really just, how they, I cannot believe that, they say that they falsify, even the tests are not real, nothing, I once said, okay, I took a line of cocaine, and they wrote like I took opium, morphine, they do everything just to keep you here, because I do have something that needs to be checked up, and I have pain, okay, and I think that Maria really, having pain is not good, and especially if you have something in your body that vibrates all the time. So I think that what they are kind of installing, it's something to lower my vibration, so that don't happen again. Like, they really don't want this energy, the swiftness, just really fast. So they try to slow you down, and they've been installing these cables in my apartment, and they actually come and take me to the fucking place when I'm cutting off the cables, and I'm alone here. And this is what they do, and they enjoy it. Like, even my neighbors, like Judas and stuff, and I'm really, really worried for the security of the kids, and what they are doing with all the money, and it's just very, very dark. And even the music been crying for a long time, because I'm not superstitious, it's the final countdown. This is Swedish material, And then you have Ace of Base, happy nation, seeking for a happy nation. What you gonna tell your dad? Robin, they had a lot of music, like promo, also a hip hopper, like para pa para pa para. Graffiti won't da. They clean the graffiti the same day. Everything is just white in the winter. There's no color, there's nothing, it's just too much. And I really do believe that they also took, like, from my friend, they took her sister had, this is hard for me to talk because they bother me, it's very, and also emotional to be still here talking about this. They stole her baby, like, they gave her a psychosis something, or a schizophrenia, or what do you call it, keratin, I was gonna say, another sickness, of the mind, because they work a lot with the brains, and they have a lot of those things, and they have also, like, their medicine, they really like to medicate you. I called a retard one of the doctors in there, because I was mad, come on, I wasn't doing anything wrong, I was cutting the cables that were really hurting me, and then they come and say that I have to go, it's the law. I don't wanna be part of that law. I wanna take out my pension also, because I was a really, really successful chef, and I have very good flow. Do you understand? Like, before I came, I went to Björn Franzén's restaurant. He got the 2nd star, the Michelin, like 1 week before. So that star was for me, I would say. And then actually he kicked me out because I wanted to have some time off to make a tattoo. And the thing is that he thought, you don't need to come back. And then his trainee put the knife inside of his hand, so he had to call me back. So I am very lucky and I'm very happy. But like, people under my apartment, like, the whole house knows I am the only one with these installations. And the one that was under my apartment under the time of 2017, because a lot of happening was 2017, then the year that I was in Chile trying to get help, and I'm like, people, like, I need help, you know, and they're like, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do. Like my parents couldn't help me, you know, like nobody wanted to deal with this. My father came here to pick me up, and he's like, I don't speak English. I'm like, get me an abogado. Nobody wanted to help me with this. And now, you know, after waiting for everybody, I went to the artist that I actually predicted was going to fall, and he just, you know, couldn't help me either. Like, I'm like, is this what we have become? Like, that the victim now has to be stronger, like the phoenix has to carry the whole fucking shit, you know, because you are just too sick